Ladies and gentlemen, life is not about competing with others. It's about competing with the person you were yesterday. Every day gives us a fresh chance, a new page, and a little window of time to write a better story for ourselves. When you wake up in the morning, remind yourself that you are not here to be perfect. You are here to be better than yesterday. Compete with yourself, not with others, because the real journey of life begins when you stop looking sideways and start looking within. We live in a world where comparison has become a habit, where people measure their worth by what others are achieving. We scroll through screens, we see the highlights of other people's lives, and we begin to feel that we are behind. But what we don't see is their struggles, their sacrifices, their silent battles. When you constantly compare yourself with others, you steal the joy of your own progress. The truth is, the only person you need to be better than is the one you were yesterday. Life is not a race against anyone else. It is a journey towards becoming a better version of yourself every single day. When you compete with yourself, your focus shifts from jealousy to growth. Instead of asking, "Why don't I have what they have?" you begin to ask, "What can I do today that I couldn't do yesterday?" This mindset transforms your energy. It removes unnecessary pressure and replaces it with hope and possibility. You begin to value your small wins, your little steps, and your quiet progress. It is in these moments that real improvement begins to happen. Competing with others might bring temporary satisfaction if you win, but competing with yourself brings long-term growth, because there is no end to how much better you can become. Think of life as a mirror. When you compete with yourself, you look into that mirror and challenge the reflection to improve. Did you handle your anger better today than you did last week? Did you show more patience, more kindness, more courage than before? Did you try one more time when you felt like giving up? These are the real victories that matter. No one else may notice them, but deep inside, you will feel the difference. And that difference is priceless. Because when you change yourself, everything around you starts to shift too. Your relationships become stronger, your outlook becomes brighter, and your confidence grows naturally without forcing it. The danger of competing with others is that it never ends. There will always be someone richer, smarter, prettier, or more successful. And if you keep chasing them, you will spend your entire life running without ever feeling fulfilled. But when you compete with yourself, there is peace in the process. You don't have to win against anyone. You just have to rise above your old habits, your old doubts, and your old fear. Every day becomes a chance to write a new story for yourself, one that is built on progress, not on comparison. Competing with yourself also teaches you gratitude. Instead of focusing on what you lack, you begin to appreciate what you already have and how far you've come. You start to see that the small improvements you make today are blessings, and those blessings multiply over time. A person who once struggled to walk can later run marathons, not because they beat someone else, but because they kept beating their own limitations, one day at a time. That is the real meaning of growth. So stop wasting energy on comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Focus on writing your own story at your own pace. Look at the person you were yesterday and promise yourself to be a little better today. That is how true progress is made. And that is how life becomes meaningful, when you understand that the only competition that matters is with yourself. Small steps create big change. But most people overlook this truth because they expect transformation to happen overnight. We live in a world that celebrates instant results, quick success, and fast progress. Yet life doesn't work like that. The strongest trees didn't grow in a day. They took years of silent growth underground before anyone saw their strength above the soil. In the same way, your growth and improvement are the result of tiny, consistent actions that may seem small in the moment, but eventually shape your entire life. A single drop of water may look powerless, But when it keeps falling on the same stone again and again, it carves its way through. That is the power of small steps repeated daily. When you try to change everything at once, you feel overwhelmed, and sooner or later you give up because it feels impossible. But when you focus on one small habit, one little effort, or one decision at a time, it feels achievable. If you want to read more, start with just 1 page a day. If you want to be healthier, drink 1 extra glass of water. If you want to become kinder, say 1 encouraging word to someone every day. These steps may feel insignificant, but they build momentum, and momentum turns into change. Small actions, when practiced consistently, create a shift in your identity. You stop saying, "I want to be this person," and start realizing, "I am becoming this person." That is how transformation happens quietly. The beauty of small steps is that they don't require perfection. You don't need to wait for the perfect timing, the perfect plan, or the perfect conditions. You simply start where you are, with what you have, and you keep moving forward. Think about how a child learns to walk. The first step is shaky. The second step is clumsy. But over time, those small attempts turn into confident strides. No one remembers the falls, but everyone remembers the day the child finally walked. In the same way, your small efforts today may look invisible, but one day they will be the reason people admire the life you've built. Small steps also protect you from the fear of failure. When you take on something too big too soon, failure feels heavy and discouraging. But when your steps are small, failure becomes a lesson, not a punishment. You simply adjust, correct, and try again. This way you build resilience without losing hope. Each small step becomes proof that you are capable of moving forward, even if slow. And the truth is, slow progress is still progress. 1% better every day may not sound impressive, but over time, it creates a complete transformation that is impossible to ignore. Often people underestimate how much change is possible through small actions repeated daily. Reading a page may not make you wise today, but in a year you will have finished many books. Saving a little money may not make you rich today, but in a decade you will be financially stronger. Speaking kindly once may not heal the world, but doing it daily will build deeper connections and a more peaceful heart. The key is patience and trust in the process, because when you honor small steps, you are honoring growth itself. You are choosing to believe that every effort matters, every seed counts, and every drop contributes to the ocean of change you are creating in your life. Choose kindness over anger daily, because every single day life will give you moments that test your patience. Someone may speak harshly, someone may disappoint you, or things may not go according to plan. In those moments, anger feels like the easiest response, but kindness is always the wiser choice. Anger burns quickly, but it leaves behind ashes of regret. Kindness, on the other hand, may feel difficult in the moment, but it leaves behind peace, connection, and respect. It takes strength to control your tongue when your heart is on fire, but that strength defines your character more than any success or achievement ever could. Choosing kindness doesn't mean you allow people to walk over you or that you ignore your feelings. It simply means you decide not to let negativity control you. Anger may give you a moment of release, but it steals your peace for hours. Kindness allows you to rise above the situation without becoming a prisoner of your own emotions. Imagine being in a heated conversation. If both sides choose anger, the fire grows until it destroys understanding. But if one side chooses kindness, the fire cools down and space for healing appears. That is the power of kindness. It doesn't just change others, it transforms the atmosphere around you. Every day you will face a choice: to react with anger or to respond with kindness. These small choices shape who you become. When you choose anger repeatedly, it becomes a habit. You begin to carry bitterness inside you, and slowly it affects your relationships, your health, and even your self-image. But when you choose kindness consistently, it also becomes a habit. You begin to notice peace in your heart, more trust in your relationships, and a sense of freedom from the weight of negativity. One choice at a time, you are shaping your life in a direction that feels lighter and more fulfilling. Think of the times when someone showed you kindness in your weakest moment. You may not remember the details of many conversations in your life, but you will never forget the moments when someone chose kindness over anger with you. That is the kind of impact you create every day when you choose kindness. You are not just calming yourself, you are leaving a mark on someone else's heart, a mark that might inspire them to treat another person the same way. In this way, kindness has a ripple effect that travels farther than you can imagine. It is easy to be kind when everything is going well, but true kindness is tested when you are tired, stressed, or hurt. In those moments, remember that kindness is not weakness, it is strength under control. Anyone can raise their voice, but it takes courage to lower it. Anyone can insult, but it takes wisdom to hold back. Every time you practice this, you are not only protecting your peace, but also proving to yourself that you are stronger than your anger. Slowly, day by day, kindness becomes your natural language, and anger loses its power over you. As each new day begins, remind yourself that you have two options in every situation: to let anger control you or to let kindness guide you. The choice may seem small in the moment, but it is shaping the person you are becoming. And the more you choose kindness, the more you will notice that life itself feels softer, lighter, and filled with moments that truly matter. Forgive yourself and others to move forward, because holding on to pain is like carrying a heavy stone in your heart every single day. The more you hold it, the more it weighs you down, and eventually, it stops you from moving ahead. Forgiveness is not about saying what happened was okay. It is about deciding that the past will no longer control your future. When you forgive others, you are not excusing their behavior. You are simply choosing peace over bitterness. And when you forgive yourself, you are allowing your soul to breathe again instead of being trapped in guilt and regret. Many people believe that forgiveness is a gift to the other person, but in reality, it is a gift to yourself. Carrying anger, resentment, or guilt doesn't punish the other person. It punishes you. It eats away at your peace of mind and steals your joy. Every time you replay the hurt in your mind, you relive the pain again and again. But the moment you forgive, you release yourself from that cycle. Forgiveness is freedom, a freedom that allows you to move ahead without chains tying you to the past. Forgiving yourself is equally important, yet often the hardest. We are quick to judge ourselves for mistakes we made, words we spoke in anger, or decisions we regret. We keep punishing ourselves long after the moment has passed. But growth cannot happen in the shadow of shame. You must learn to look at yourself with compassion, to remind yourself that mistakes are proof that you tried, that failure is proof that you were brave enough to attempt something. Forgiveness towards yourself is not weakness, it is strength, because it allows you to rise again instead of staying stuck in self-blame. When you forgive others, you are not erasing what they did. You are simply refusing to let their actions decide the rest of your life. Sometimes people hurt us deeply, and the wound feels impossible to heal. But forgiveness does not mean forgetting. It means remembering without allowing the memory to control your present. It means saying, yes, this happened to me, but I will not let it destroy the person I am becoming. That choice is what allows healing to begin. Without forgiveness, wounds remain open. With forgiveness, they slowly begin to close. Forgiveness is also a daily practice, not a one-time event. Some hurts are so deep that you may need to forgive the same person in your heart again and again until the anger no longer has power over you. And some mistakes within yourself may return in your thoughts often. But each time you choose to let go, you are taking a step forward. Healing is not always quick, but forgiveness keeps you moving in the right direction. What many people don't realize is that forgiveness creates space for new blessings. When you hold on to resentment, your hands are too full to receive anything new. But when you let go, you open your heart to peace, love, and growth. You create room for better relationships, healthier thoughts, and a lighter soul. It is like cleaning a room full of dust. Only when you remove what no longer serves you can lighten fresh air. Forgiveness works in the same way, clearing away the weight of the past so that you can step into the future with strength and grace. Growth is about consistency, not speed, because real progress in life is never built in a single day. The world often glorifies fast results, quick success stories, and overnight transformations. But what truly lasts is the change that comes from steady, repeated effort. Just like a seed doesn't turn into a tree in a week, personal growth also requires time, patience, and commitment. When you rush, you often burn out or give up halfway, but when you stay consistent, even small actions compound into something powerful over time. It is not about how fast you move forward. It is about how committed you are to keep moving forward, even when progress feels invisible. Think about how rivers shape valleys and mountains. They don't cut through rock because of strength. They do it because they keep flowing, day after day, without stopping. The same